How's it going, guys? I'm your host Korriban Gaming. Welcome back to a very special Adventure Quest video, and for today's video, as you guys can tell from the title, we are going to be doing something a little different. Okay, so today's video is going to be me showcasing a free-to-play strategy for the War-Torn Dragon boss. Okay, so I've gotten quite a few requests over the years for this monster because I don't think I ever did a video of me beating this monster on camera, at least not all 5 phases. I think when it first came out I was on hiatus or something. That was why I didn't manage to get a video out, and then when I redid this quest line, I think I didn't manage to beat the 5 phases because I already forgot what it does. So what you get from surviving all 5 phases is basically just a title. There's no OP stuff or OP or strong equipment to get. Okay, you can get the regular equipment by surviving like 1 or 2 rounds. You don't need to go all 5 rounds. So surviving all the way to the 5th round will net you the title, the immovable hero title. So it does nothing apart from flex. And if you guys are part of my Discord server, the link to join is up on the screen, by the way. You guys can earn a special role as well if you have that title. So really it's just for bragging rights, but some of you guys actually did want to see or know if there's a good strategy to beat this without using premium or seasonal items. So here it is. Okay, so this strategy does involve one seasonal item, and that is the Shinyaro Form armor. This is the key item in beating the War-Torn Dragon. If you don't have Shinyaro armor because it is seasonal, there are also alternatives, but they are pay to win alternatives. One of them is the Shadow Walker of Time armor. Unfortunately, that one you do need to buy a calendar. I can't remember which year's calendar it was, but yeah, that one is like super premium, and I know a lot of people don't have. The other one is the Decimator package item. That one you can get from a Z token package. I believe it's still there. One of the first few Z token packages ever released inside the game. Really good armor. So if you don't have that and you don't have Shinyaro, if you don't have Shinyaro Form, then I recommend getting that. Otherwise, you can wait for Shinyaro Form to come back in the void before you get the Shinyaro Form armor. The next item you'll need is the Dragon Blade, Dragon Staff, Dragon Scepter, Dragon Bow, Dragon whatever. Okay, so you can get this from Dragon Stone. And you can either fight Dragonkind or Essences. You just need the temporary version. You don't need to make this your permanent no drop because you're only using it for the sake of this fight. Okay, so you want that because you can element seek against dragons. That means it will do void damage, which is really good considering War-Torn Dragon number 1 has a whole ton of HP, and number 2 has super low resistances, and number 3 has a soft damage cap to boot. That is why you will need a dragon item to go ahead and beat down this boss. If you don't want to get it, you can also get the Draco Morgify. Wait, no, is it Draco Morgify? Some Dragon Bane spell. I can't remember what the name of this spell is. But either way, I think the easier option is just get the Dragon Blade. Okay, so the next item you'll need is Essence Orb. Mine is the level 5 version here, but you don't really need the level 5 version. The level 150 version will do. Even if this gets nerfed in the future, just use the level 150 version. I believe it'll work out fine. By the way, the build I'm using is 250 endurance, 250 intellect, and 250 dexterity. Okay, I believe endurance is quite crucial here. Number 1, because if you fail, it can help you to survive, and number 2, it can help you against the stat rolls later on. That is why I really highly recommend you training endurance just to beat this boss. Okay, the pet and gas, they're honestly extra. You don't need them at all. I also make use of the new Purple Rain. I honestly only use that for the Elemental Empowerment, extra 5% damage, because why the heck not? And the last item you'll need is Shadow Feeder Pendant to gain celerity. So that's basically all of the items that you really need to beat War-Torn Dragon. Okay, so what you want to do here is obviously set up Purple Rain first to get the Elemental Empowerment. Then go ahead and use your Shinyaro Form a lot. Celtic View Shield is optional. I chose to put it in for a little bit of buff to my intellect stat. Okay, you can choose to use it or you can choose not to use it. I don't think it makes a difference. Afterwards, you want to use Shadow Feeder Pendant, get yourself an extra turn of celerity. Then you want to make sure you can land Shinyaro Form's Death Fist skill twice. Okay, because Warthog Dragon's MRM is 64, which is rather high. There are times whereby you can miss, and there are also times whereby the effect may not inflict. Okay, so if you have Crack Ornament, now would be a good time to use it. If you have other damage empowering skills or items, now will also be the time to use it. This is a completely free-to-play method. That also I didn't use all my pay-to-win boosting items. If you have those, I recommend using those as well, just to make sure that you can kill Warthog Dragon. And last but not least, let me go through what Warthog Dragon basically does, because I believe that in every fight, if you want to beat your enemy, then you have to first know your enemy. Okay, so Warthog Dragon, for the first phase, the boss starts with 100% HP. Fight ends when the boss is at around 90% of its health. Nothing special. Second phase, boss starts at around 90% of its HP. Fight ends when the boss is at around 70% of its HP. Third phase, it starts off at 70, ends at 50. Fourth phase starts at 50, ends at 30. And for the last and final phase, starts at around 30% health and ends when the boss reaches around 8% of its health. At the end of each phase, you will get a full heal, okay, for your HP and MP, but not SP. Okay, and then you will also need to go through an endurance check. You can see here the endurance check, really high and really difficult to pass, unless one, you have a full SP bar, and two, you have 250 endurance. I mean, you can still win this with even if you fail all three of the endurance checks, but it is very, very difficult to do so, because it will take out a huge chunk of your HP each time you fail the roll. So to give yourself more room for error, especially if you're a completely free-to-play player, I highly recommend you to go ahead and train up your endurance. Okay, so Warthog Dragon has a few passive abilities. Okay, it regenerates some amount of SP each turn. At the end of its turn, the boss will inflict you with a 1-turn fire burn. This is unavoidable and you cannot resist it, so you just have to tank it. It has a boss boost plus 20 and a soft damage cap of between like 70 plus to 80 plus damage range. Okay, its regular attack is a 1-hit darkness damage, and then its SP attack is a 3-hit fire damage. You really shouldn't need to worry about that using this strategy. Okay, if you have to tank the fire attack, chances are you're probably dead. Okay, and on top of that, for the third phase onwards, the boss also gains some extra abilities. Third phase onwards, you will be inflicted with a harm element burn. This is unavoidable and you cannot resist it and cannot be removed, and lasts until the end of the battle. For the fourth phase, you'll get the whatever you get in the third phase. On top of that, you also get a mana element burn. Okay, and for the fifth phase, you get a HP burn, an MP burn, and an SP burn. So it's burning all three of your resources at the same time for the final phase. That is why for this battle, you really can't tank it too long. Okay, of course, there are people who use the Dragon Lord Shield strategy to like tank this infinitely, but with the Purple Rain nerf, I don't think that is so good anymore. Okay, there are of course also people who turn the boss into an undead monster using the Ebony Sepulchre Form's necrotizing command skill. You can also use Zorbek's ally assist and then equip Paladin armor to basically tank all the attacks. But in my opinion, I think these methods are very slow, and on top of that, the fire burn that the Warthog Dragon inflicts upon you increases in power the lower its HP gets. So really, you can't survive this for long, so you just want to kill it as quickly as possible. And of course, the fastest way is of course using a Dragon Blade weapon along with the Shinyaro Form skill to crush the endurance. Okay, so that is basically the guide for the Warthog Dragon fight. Okay, you really don't get anything good out of it other than a title that is for bragging rights. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Do you think there's a better way to do the fight? Do you think this strategy will be outdated soon if they nerf some more stuff? I don't think they will. There's really nothing here that is deserving of a nerf except maybe the level 5 Essence Orb, but even then you can use the level 150 Essence Orb. It should work just fine. And even if that gets a nerf, if you get lucky enough, you really shouldn't need to click Essence Orb that many times. Okay, so yeah, all in all, I think this strategy shouldn't really be outdated even if the nerfs do come, and hopefully this strategy will be available for people who want to try out to beat the fight. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, and if you guys have enjoyed this video and found this video helpful, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and of course subscribe to this channel if you guys would like to see more of such future content. Till the next time, I'm your host Carbon Gaming. Peace out.